Today, we are talking about body image. We told you just a few moments ago that the impact of social media on mental health can be devastating, but it can also cause and perpetuate body image issues affecting eating behaviors, sleep quality, social comparison, and low self-esteem, especially among adolescent girls. And the facts really are startling. According to a study by Front Psychiatry, did you know approximately 50% of pre-adolescent girls and 30% of boys dislike their bodies, and around 60% of adult women and 40% of adult men have a negative body image. So let's talk about this on this Wellness Wednesday. Joining me now is life coach and therapist Julianna Lyddon. This is such a sensitive topic. So where do you even begin when you're talking about body image?
It is such a tough one, and it breaks my heart because I see a lot of kids and adults having these issues. So your stats are very accurate. And I tell my parents it's so important that it starts with us as parents. We need to pay attention. What is it we're saying to our kids about ourselves? Sometimes we're shaming ourselves and we don't even realize it. And that really trickles down to the children.
Right, because they're listening, they're watching us. We're supposed to set an example for our kids. Okay, so speaking of the kids, how do you broach this conversation? I mean, where do you begin? Because, you know, kids, their bodies are growing, they're developing. It's a very, you know, fast-moving, changing time for them, and you don't want to scar them early in life.
I know. So it starts when they're younger. This is a conversation that has to happen the whole way through growing up. And as they go through some of those developmental stages, the conversation's going to switch a little, right? You know, when they're in elementary school, they feel different about their body than when they're in middle school, high school. So you need to always open the dialogue about this, that they are changing. This is normal. It's healthy to feel this way. So it's not one conversation.
And part of the conversation also deals with, you know, having a relationship, a healthy relationship with food, right? So where do you begin with that? I mean, how do you develop that relationship?
Okay, and so here's the thing, same thing I'm going to say again with us parents, because we're the ones that are leading this whole brigade, right, in the home. So having conversations about what is healthy eating. What does that look like? You know, sometimes you don't have to eat perfect all the time, but you certainly have to be able to make choices that are healthy. So when you're having those conversations about vegetables and carbohydrates versus bad carbohydrates, having this with them helps to educate them. And then we all know when we feel educated, it's powerful, and we can learn and go from there.
And I'll be honest with you, I mean, as a mom of twins who are 9, they're gonna want their pizza,
of course,
their hamburgers, the hot dogs. That is so hard.
Yes, and this isn't about denying any of that. This is just making sure that you keep that balance, that you're letting them know what healthy eating looks like, what unhealthy eating looks like. We're all gonna go out and have fun. That's normal. That's normal.
Okay, so let's talk about how to be positive, you know, reinforcing this positive body image. And you say that it starts with reinforcing physical activity.
Yes. So again, we all know how good we feel after we exercise, right? How we see shifts and changes in our body when we do it, how it helps our heart, all of those kinds of things. So again, if we're looking at this conversation that's going on over a period of time, it's important that we start to teach them about why we're exercising, not just doing it because, oh, I need to go on a crash, you know, exercising binge.
It's a temporary thing.
And lose 5 pounds, right? So it's a continuous thing we need to do all of our lives.
Yeah, a lifestyle.
It is.
And then you also say, real quickly, focus on the attributes that you love.
Yes, it's so important. We need to showcase for our children what is beautiful about ourselves, but also reminding them what's beautiful about them. It's not just the body image. It's the personality. It's how you care about people. It's your smile. It's the way you love. All of those things make the child unique and are their gifts. You have to celebrate it.
And like we said earlier, you know, social media, that has such a big play, and that really, really needs to be limited.
It needs to be limited. This is so dangerous. I see it with kids all the time. They compare themselves to a point that is devastating. Lots of eating disorders. It is not. It's not a good thing altogether. It has to be monitored.
Okay. Julianna, thank you so much.